What you're about to hear will inspire, entertain, and keep you cheering for more. Youth baseball and softball players, coaches, and fans from around the globe join Coach Aaron and the field team on their journey to make the game even more fun and even more exciting than ever. From mound visits to dugout stories and game-changing plays, we bring you tips and stories from players, coaches, trainers, and more. Now. Make sure you've got your eye black ready, and let's slide into the action. On the count of 3, let's hear a big, loud play ball. 1, 2, 3.
Play ball.
Gracie?
That was good.
That was good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Welcome back to the Slide Podcast, everyone. I'm your host, Coach Aaron, and today I am joined with Gameface Gracie. How are you doing, ma'am?
I'm good. I'm excited right here.
I know you are, and I'm excited to get talk to you because it's been a month or so, or a little bit longer since you and I.
Good time.
Yeah,
I've been prepared.
I know. Well, listen, I just want to let our audience know I am rocking my Toxic Barrels batting gloves again. These are Mateo's designs, courtesy of Home Batting Glove, and everyone should go buy a pair. So go to homebattinggloves.com to get these drippy, cool batting gloves. So anyway, Gracie, what's been going on with you?
I've been doing just school. I found a new team. I got
Awesome.
a new team about firecrackers.
What's your team? Firecrackers?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sure thing. Yeah. I actually love it. I'm super excited. I've been doing well in school.
Good.
And nothing's actually changed, but I got to the 5th grade.
There you go. That's an accomplishment. My son just went to the 5th grade too. So very cool. 5th grade is it feel like it's harder than last year already, or?
Since it's only been 3 weeks or so, it's not that hard, but I know it's gonna get way harder the more.
Well, you just have to study. Yeah,
I got to study today.
As you get older, those classes that seemed really easy and you didn't have to study much for, they get a little bit harder, and you got to study a little bit longer, and then the classes aren't as hard. I think it's just like in life. You got to be prepared, and then, you're ready to roll with whatever comes. So our guest, she hails from Idaho. I think this is our first guest who is originally from Idaho, but she lit up softball last year. She hit home run after home run, player of the week after player of the week. And I just fell in love with this softball program. So joining us from Coastal Carolina, Miss Delaney Keith. How are you doing, ma'am?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. How did you like that setup there? Did I do okay with that?
Yes, you did great.
Awesome. Well, look, I'm excited to have you on the show, and we want to find out more about you. And our audience is primarily youth players, and we want you to really lend your knowledge to help inspire these kids to hopefully one day, follow in your footsteps. So, all right. So start us out with, tell us a little bit about yourself. Just give us a quick snapshot, and then we want to know what your favorite cereal is.
It's always the first best question.
It is. It always have to find that out.
Yeah.
All right. Most of my background, I'm from Idaho. I lived in Oregon for a while, moved to Idaho when I was a junior in high school. Both my parents were college coaches, and that just really inspired me to just grow more in the sport. And I got to connect with a lot of college athletes when I was a kid. So that helped me kind of grow just to where I want to be and to the goals that I set for myself. And then all the way to get to, just the level I'm at now. I'm extremely grateful for the opportunities that I've had, and I'm excited for another season. Yeah, and my favorite cereal is Fruit Loops for sure.
Fruit Loops, that's good.
I think we've
Fruit.
got that one before.
Oh yeah, we've gotten some Fruit Loops, but I will say, so Delaney, we have this running like tabulation on the show, and so for up until this year, 2025, Fruity Pebbles was winning, and
Mm.
this year, Gracie, no one has said Fruity Pebbles, I believe, like that I can
Really?
remember. Like they've all totally abandoned
I
me.
remember one time I said Lucky Charms, but that was just me. I was
Yeah,
just craving
yeah.
Lucky Charms that day.
Hey, they're all
But
good cereals.
I'm a fruity pebble.
That's right. We're down with that. So, all right, Delaney. So, growing up in Idaho, like, what? I
Hmm.
mean, all right. So, Idaho's the home of the potato. What was that like in the softball world? What was softball like there?
Um, it was high school wise, it was good. It was pretty competitive. We've had a lot of girls come out of there that have gone either from JUCO to mid majors or just straight to mid majors. A lot of girls go to like Utah Valley or Utah Tech. Like we've had a lot of girls out of there. Um, I think overall it made me better, like as a player. I think moving there was a very good step for me personally. Otherwise, like there's a lot of teams out there, and we've been working with my old travel ball team, the Northwest Bullets, to kind of like help girls out there get to the right tournaments and get seed and stuff like that. So I mean that's just kind of how it is. There's not a ton out there, but I mean it's good enough for us. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, Idaho's one of those places that I don't know if I've ever thought about going, but I have to imagine it's pretty cool. I grew up in a small town, so I have to imagine at least in my mind, it's like small town kind of thing. So then you moved to Oregon. How long were you in Oregon?
well, I actually moved from Oregon to Idaho.
Oh,
I
okay.
Yeah. So I did live in Idaho a little bit when I was a kid because my dad coached at Northwest Nazarene there. And so I lived there when I was about 4 and then moved to Oregon after that. And then I kind of grew up until I was about a junior in high school. I was there and then I moved back to Idaho.
Hmm.
Um,
Did it
yeah,
rain like everybody says it does?
every day seems like every day.
Ah,
Yeah.
how's the humidity with the rain?
Um, it's, I
It's the
mean,
West
compared,
Coast. I guess it's
yeah.
not nothing like what you deal with right now, right?
Oh no, I didn't know humidity until I moved here. Like I had no idea at all. Nope. But I mean, it got a little bit. It's more humid than Idaho. I'll say that. Idaho is a very dry state.
Yeah,
So, hmm
yeah. I've always heard that it rains a lot in Oregon. So, Gracie, there's this thing called humidity that you guys on the West Coast don't have to deal with, and it makes like when you talk about 100 degrees out there, 100 degrees here is
Where?
we're in South
Gorgeous.
Carolina, and it's just humidity. I can't even explain it. It's just not fun.
Because it's just, I
it's
mean,
crazy.
Well, so Delaney, what made you pick Coastal Carolina?
It's they were very so one of my friends actually committed there a year before I even knew the school existed. Being on the West Coast, you don't know a whole lot about the schools down here.
Yeah.
Um, but so she committed there before I did, and since then I was intrigued because I've always wanted to go to Myrtle Beach, and the coaches started watching me, like obviously because I was playing with their recruit. And on September 1st of my junior year, they emailed me at midnight my time, which is like 3 a.m. here.
Hmm.
So I knew that it was very like I was a top priority, and I felt like I really liked that feeling, especially during COVID and all that. I didn't really know what was all going to go down.
Yeah.
Um, so, and then they just kind of, I loved, got to be able to talk to them, got to like virtually see the campus and talk to the coaches and stuff like that because I wasn't able to visit during that time. But I loved the coaches, loved the campus, just kind of like the atmosphere. And when my friend went over there, she sent me pictures, kind of like told me how it was. And honestly, like, I just fell in love with it. Like it was a pretty easy choice for me. So,
Awesome. Well, I know. So sorry to call you Gameface. So Gracie, Coastal Carolina, started out as a really small school, and have now grown into like, so Coastal was in the College World Series for baseball,
Wow.
and got close to winning it. And like, how far did you guys get last year, Delaney?
We made it to regionals and got into extras with Duke, but ended up losing that game to get to the championship game for that regional. But
Yeah, I was following you. I was following along because I was hoping you guys would get a chance to go to Oklahoma. But well, when you were growing up, Gracie, you get your question ready, okay? Because you're going to be next here. So growing up, Delaney, who was the softball player or the athlete you looked up to most?
um, growing up, I didn't watch a ton of softball.
Hmm.
I mean, I watched softball as in like the softball girls that like my parents coached and stuff like that.
Sure.
Um, but I watched a lot more of like Major League Baseball and
Okay.
like things like that. I grew up watching like Mike Trout and obviously when Aaron Judge entered the scene, like just those players. But I think the one that stood out to me most is this girl that my dad coached at Corbin University, which is NAI in Oregon.
Hmm.
Her name was Stephanie Nippert. She was like one of the most powerful hitters I'd ever seen. And like even at like a young age and like just being around it, like that was one of the things that I loved most. And just being at a young age and being around those girls, like it can be hard sometimes, but being able to watch like their skill level and stuff like that was just awesome. And I knew that that's kind of like the player that I wanted to be.
Yeah, I would say so. Like, I mean, the power hitter, you say power hitter, that's who I think about. Like, you were the power hitter that comes to mind in college softball right now. So, all right, Gracie, I'm going to let you start talking because I can talk too much.
Okay, so my main question is, how do you stay like mentally strong on like bad days? Because I see you, like I watch your sometimes your videos, and I'm like, how does she do it? Like, that's just one of my main questions. Like, how do you stay mentally strong?
It's it's a tough job to do, I would say. But I think the main thing is that like I was surrounded by so many people who believed in me even on my bad days. Like the coaches were constantly saying like, "Hey, you got this. Like you're fine. Like it's just a slump. Like you're good." Because all softball players and baseball players go through slumps in their careers. It's just like inevitable just because of the sport we play. But just being surrounded by that, my teammates constantly cheering me on, and just knowing that like whatever is going on, like it will pass. Like I put in enough work, I put in like just enough time that like I deserve to have success. And even if it's not coming right now, it will come eventually. And obviously for me, a biggest thing is like my faith. Like I know that God was with me the entire time, and He constantly kept me strong. And so I give all the glory to Him because without Him, I wouldn't be where I am for sure. But yeah, like that's just the way it is. And it's like you always have to train mental toughness for sure. But it's like as long as you have the right support system around you, it's like it's easier, I would say, to get through the bad days.
I like that. Like, especially the God part where you just speak, but because it's true. It's gonna pass one day, And even
Mhm.
if it's not time for it to happen, it's gonna happen eventually. Like that's true.
Yeah.
That's I
I
like
mean,
that.
I think the biggest thing that I take away from scripture, and like, we're all impatient. We all want it to happen now, and unfortunately, and not unfortunately, it is for me because I don't have a lot of patience. But like, the Lord's got a plan, and we follow His timeline, not ours. And so, learning patience is something key, Gracie. Like,
Yeah.
training yourself and teaching yourself patience. Now, Delaney, you just said something that I wanted to ask you about. You said training for mental toughness. What does that mean?
I would say obviously like there's when you come to training, there's failure with that. I was put in a really tough position going out of my freshman year of high school where I hit a really big slump. Like, let's say it was probably one of the worst summers of my life. You can ask anybody who knows me, they know about that story. Um, but it really trained me to be like more like a just kind of hard to say, but it's like knowing that it's bad right now, but like training yourself to not give in to like the negative thoughts that like plague you. Like when I'm so used to being a starter on my high school team, then I go to my club ball team and I struggle, and now I'm just like a pinch hitter every once in a while. It's like it takes a toll on you when you're not used to it. So kind of just like yeah, just kind of like going through those times where you have to like earn your spot and you want to fight for it and do all that. That's really good on like mental training and like teaching yourself to stay away from those like negative thoughts and just continue to push forward and to get better and to prove that you are able to play those spots that you're not right now. I think it's the best part for mental training.
Yeah. I mean, and that's like Gracie, when you're out there training and working, you know, every bit of what you're doing is like, you know about banking, right? You're making investments into things. And so every day that you train is an investment into your future. And sometimes investments don't pay off right away. And sometimes they pay off longer term. And that's where patience comes in. So Gracie, let me tell you. So Delaney and so I chat GBT'd you. I was like, give me all the stats. I got all kind of secrets. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Delaney, listen, Delaney was Gatorade Idaho Softball Player of the Year in 2021. Like, you batted almost 600, Delaney. Did you know that? Like, 596, 51 RBIs, 13 home runs, and you only struck out a total of 4 times.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a rock star in my world right there. That's pretty freaking awesome.
In my world too, like only 4
in a season.
Yeah. In a whole season, only 4. That's just crazy.
Well, so talk about. I mean, so Gracie, it's obvious that Delaney's a power hitter. Like she can hit the swamp donkeys, or I don't know what you guys. I'm learning the softball world, so. Like, how did you develop into being such a hitter?
I mean, I think what helped me the most is, my dad was my coach for a long time, and he does developmental stuff with softball and baseball players now. And so just having him on my side and constantly researching and doing different stuff has definitely helped me, like with the skill wise and stuff. But I played up when I was a kid. Like when I was 9, I was playing on a 12U team. 10, I played on a 14U team, and I was actually a slapper through those times. Like I wasn't a hitter. So I think just playing up and getting used to that, just like that level and like the difference, like the changes that you have to make to adapt to the level that you play. And then when I was 12, I went back down and played with my age group, and that's when I started hitting and doing like all those powers. But I already had like that experience of playing up and doing the things that I needed to do to become the player and the hitter that I wanted to be. So yeah. I think, just those experiences helped just shape that, I would say.
Was your goal, and this may be a stupid question, but was your goal early on to be a power hitter? Well, I mean, you said you were a slapper.
Yeah, I think in my head I wanted to be, because I got to play with the girls that were power hitters. Yeah. And as a slapper, like it wasn't like like your job to be like a power person. You're just like hitting the ground and run basically. But I think when I got to being 10, 11 and playing on that 14U team, like I was able to become like a power slapper. And my first home run came as a slapper. So like I slapped my first home run. So when that happened, I was like, oh, well, that's kind of what I want to do. So I decided just to start hitting after that.
Wow.
So,
how old were you?
I want to say I was 10.
And that was your first over the fence home run?
Yeah. 10, 11, I think.
Like you were literally my age.
Yeah.
You're like turning 10 this Friday.
And she slapped it over the fence. Like she just like and
that's something barely kidding. Anybody could do. You need like some kind of power to do that.
Yeah, I know. You see a lot of these slap hitters these days, and they're driving the ball into the dirt at third base and digging it out. So you must be fast though, Delaney, I guess, if you were a slap hitter at one point.
I was. I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm slapper fast like
Okay.
nowadays, but I mean, I'm not like I can move every once in a while, when
Yeah,
it calls for it.
gotcha. Go ahead, Gracie. Did you have something?
Yeah, I actually do have a question.
Yeah.
How do you like adjust if a pitcher's like throwing really slow or like really, really fast?
Good question.
It's a great question because, in my opinion, I am not a big fan of slow pitching. Like, slow pitching is not the easiest thing to hit, especially when you see hard pitching. For me, it's a visualization. Like growing up, like kind of like when I'm learning how to hit and doing certain things, I had this drill called put the ball down. So it's like a ball down in front of the plate or wherever it is that I'm sitting, and I have to let that ball travel over that ball before I can hit it. So when I am in the box, I visualize that there's a ball down when I'm facing someone who has less velocity. And I'm saying, hey, it has to cross this plate or this part before I can make my move, basically.
Oh,
Yeah, so Gracie is a
I can learn
pitcher.
from.
Yeah, so Gracie is a pitcher, but she's working on her hitting, and she's going to be hitting tanks probably in the future. So,
I want to be a slapper. I'm practicing slapping now.
do you hit lefty?
Yes, I'm
I
a switch
didn't,
hitter.
I didn't know that. Where has that been? That must be some secret that I've forgotten. Slap hitting looks hard. I mean, is it hard?
Yeah, I would say it is because you're moving, and especially as you go up levels, like you're moving towards the ball as the ball is trying to move away from you. And so like it takes a lot of dedication and barrel control to be a slapper. I give major props to the slappers that we have on our team.
Especially when the pitchers are like really fast because you're also going fast with the pitchers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, growing up playing baseball, I didn't have to worry about slapping too much, but we do have. So I work for the Bananas, and so we have Isaac Para, who his wife played. She played college softball, and she's taught him how to slap. So he's been playing banana ball slapping, and he's pretty successful with it. So, but you don't see that on the MLB too much. So
No.
So Delaney, what's next for you? So you're entering your senior season. So obviously we're going to have an amazing senior season. But what's the goal after you graduate?
My goal is I want to play professionally. Like that's my goal. I want to do that. If I get the opportunity, I will be very grateful because that's exactly what I want to do. To be able to play with all those players that I've gotten to see like at the World Series and beyond that. And then my goal since I was a kid is always be on the Olympic team. I want to play for the Olympics. I want to represent my country and go out and compete against others. So I'm praying that that's what my future holds. And if it is, I'll be forever grateful. But I mean, yeah, that is the goal for right now.
Well, so Rachel just got back from China.
China.
Yeah, she's a part of the Olympic team. She's one of the pitchers on the Olympic team, and so
Oh wow, I did not know that.
yeah, she went over and she mowed them down. We took home the gold. Yeah, and that's awesome though. I hated the fact that softball got removed from the Olympics for so long. And here's a trivia question for you, Delaney. Do you know what was added to the Olympics when they removed softball?
No.
You will never in a million years guess what sport, and I'm putting up quotation marks here, that they put in when softball was taken out. Break dancing.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
How is that a sport? How is that a sport?
I ask myself the same. I mean, when I was growing up in the 80s, we did some break dancing and spun around on our heads, but that wasn't a sport. That was just like, oh, look what they're doing on TV. Let me see if I can do it. And then you hurt yourself and you realize, I don't need to do that anymore. So, Delaney, so what are we going to see from Coastal Carolina this year? So you guys lost Kristen Rose. She transferred out to Georgia. But what are we going to see this year?
It's going to be different. We have a lot of new faces. We were fortunate enough to get a lot of pitchers from the transfer portal and players. So it's going to be a lot of new stuff. And I'm excited. We haven't gotten to do a ton of practices just yet because we've just started.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm excited to see where it goes. Like, we have a lot of talent, a lot of just, like it's going to be fun. Like, I'm excited to start like practicing all together and just kind of see how we go. We got a ton of talent though.
Yeah. Have you always played third?
No, I actually came in as a middle infielder. I played second and short for my travel ball team and my high school team. But I've played third before. I've played multiple positions. So I knew when I was coming in, we had a upperclassman at the second base and shortstop. So to be able to play, I had to just kind of like relearn third base, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I love third base. It's been my spot for the last 3 years, hopefully 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's good. Anything to really just be on the field and help my team is really what my goal was freshman year. So wherever that was, wherever they wanted to put me, wherever I was needed.
So Gracie, she just said something super, super important right there. And this is a message for everybody out there listening, softball or baseball, is, there's kids out there that have only ever played middle infield, shortstop, second base, and in some cases refused to play other positions. But when you do get that offer and that scholarship to go play, you might have to learn because there's going to be people in front of you. So, like, be very open at an early age of learning different positions and taking on those challenges so that, if you get your opportunity and they say, hey, here's your call to the big leagues, but we've already got a second base and a shortstop, you got to be ready to take that next base or, what that coach needs from you. And, unfortunately with youth sports these days, there's some kids they take it as a insult if they don't get to play their position. So anytime I get a chance to lend my opinion there with an example, like you said, that's good stuff for kids. So what's your major?
I am a exercise and sports science major.
So is that geared more towards like trainer, like long-term trainer for athletics, or? Yeah,
my what I want to be is an athletic trainer for any sport, really. That can be, but that major also goes into like PT, physical therapy, or occupational therapy. Like, it kind of ranges throughout like that type of major, basically.
I feel like that's in all the majors that are out there these days, I feel like that's a very valuable like position, or at least, I'm lost for words here, but that's that degree is in need because sports and injuries aren't going away. And tell you, if you can come up with a miracle brace or something to prevent ACL injuries, like, oh my gosh, I see more and more players go down from ACL injuries year after year. Do you guys deal with a lot of that in the softball world, Delaney? ACL injuries?
Not much in the softball, not that I've seen. I mean, I know it happens every once in a while, but I see more meniscus injuries more than knee. Like, we've had 2 girls on our team with meniscus injuries before. But yeah, it's more that or like shoulder injuries from throwing, like that type of stuff, I would say.
Gotcha. Now, what's your off season look like? Or now, Because some kids out there during the off season, they just sit back on their phone and they're playing some Roblox or Fortnite or whatever they're playing.
No, seriously though, seriously.
Don't make fun of me, Gracie. I'm trying over here. What is your off
I
season?
don't play games.
Well, that's good.
That is good. My off season, since I started college, has been a little bit different because I'm not playing travel ball during the summer.
Right.
I like to take a little bit of a break after a long season. Like you play 60 plus games, your body just kind of needs to recuperate a little bit. After that, I usually just start with like just general like fielding stuff, like just some infield work and stuff like that. We have a hitting facility that my parents and I, like our family owns back in Idaho, so I have a great resource to go and just like either throw against a net or like have someone hit me ground balls, like that type of thing. So I'm very grateful for that. Yep. And then I enjoy being in the weight room. I do a lot of just like general lifting during the off season, stuff like that. And then I take the summer to work on things that I can't really do here. I would say like there's some stuff that like me and my dad work on during the off season that we've seen going through like the past season type of thing. So like try to make adjustments to that so I can keep working on them when I come over here and I get a bunch of reps. It's pretty much like that. It's a lot easier because we're a spring sport, so we have a ton of like room or like time, I would say, to like get back into it once like fall hits and stuff like that. So the summer is more laid back once we hit college, I would say. Yeah. So it's like you go in, you kind of just do the things that you feel like you want to work on, and you kind of like, hey, you kind of like map out exactly what you want to work on once you get back to school, once you get like the facilities and stuff like that. So
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Gracie, it never stops. Like it's you got to constantly work. Gracie, you just hit a personal best, right? In pitching?
Yeah.
What's your new PBR person? PBR.
P.
What's your new PR?
PR 50.
50.
I have 50.
That's awesome.
Let me tell you something, Delaney, about Gracie. Now, Gracie, I know you talk about this. So Gracie was born with an eye condition.
Strabismus? Yeah, I was born with strabismus first, but then just a couple weeks ago, well, I think actually a month ago, I got diagnosed with amblyopia. So it's basically like your brain's telling your eye that like to shut off, because my strabismus is where your eyes goes like one looks different than the other. So since my eye's doing that, my brain's kind of telling you like, oh, this eye's more like weaker than this one, so it kind of shuts it off. So sometimes it'll just go blurry right here. So that's kind of the whole reason why I have to go lefty, because when I hit righty, this is my less dominant eye, so I can't really swing and hit the ball anymore. So I had to go lefty, so my dominant eye would be first.
Gotcha. I'm glad that you said dominant eye too, because a lot of athletes don't even know that information. But through all of those challenges, Gracie has learned how to pitch. She's a rock star on the mound. She constantly gets better, and she's an inspiration to me. So anytime I get to hang out with Gracie is a cool day. Delaney, what do you do for fun?
With the limited free time that I have, I am a big concert goer. So I search for concerts near me, mostly country concerts, I would say. I do that. Like I will go wherever it is in South Carolina, North Carolina, even Florida sometimes. Like it just depends. Yep, I love doing that. Geez, what else do I do? I don't do a whole lot. Yeah.
Well, all right. So who's been the best concert you've seen so far?
That's what I wanted to ask.
The best concerts.
'Cause you guys have some big ones down there in Myrtle Beach. You guys do the big country fest things, or some big country festival. And I'm a big Eric Church fan, and he's came and played before.
Yeah, I'm I'm a little bit torn. I'd say for overall like performance, I would say I love Parker McCollum's concerts. I've seen him a couple times. But just for overall like music stuff, I'm a big Justin Moore fan. I've seen
Okay.
him a couple times too. Like I love Justin Moore. I like some people that are not as popular, like Aaron Watson, Randall King type of thing. Like I'm not a big mainstream country artist type of person, but so I like things like that, I would say.
Awesome. You
What
like
is
Aaron
like
Lewis? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Gracie.
uh, uh what is one thing like you want the world to know about you?
Oh.
The whole world, Delaney.
I said the world.
Oh man. The whole world. Um, that's a great question.
That's a lot of pressure you put on her, Gracie.
Uh, let's see.
She's gonna set a NCAA record for home runs this year. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just putting words.
Like it could be like even like the best thing about it, like even what you do like outside of sports. Like me, I'm a craft. I make crafts. I draw.
It's
Like
the whole
even
world.
the whole world.
I don't have that many interesting facts about me. I don't even know. Um, uh, I gotta say, not that many interesting facts.
You know, Gracie, that's like the hardest question I think that we've ever asked on
Even
the
a
show.
message, like something that could motivate like a little girl like me.
Well, yeah. So what would you say to the 10-year-old Delaney if you could go back and talk to her right now?
I would say that put in the work of the little things. Like those little times where like you don't feel like going and hanging off a tee, you don't feel like going and throwing and like getting your arms stronger and stuff like that. Like that's something I had to learn even as like a high schooler. That's like, hey, like you can't take like this time off and like reject the things that you're not good at because you have to get better at the things that you're not good at. And I struggled with that as a kid for sure. So to 10-year-olds out there, I would say like, hey, like put in the work of the small things because the big things will come, but to set you apart from everybody that can do the big things, like that will help you, like set you apart from those people. And yeah, it's like doing the little things is what makes good athletes and good softball players who they are, I would say.
I think that's what makes a good person. I think that's what makes anybody successful in life is the small things. What, Gracie?
And like that's that's basically what makes a good athlete. I just think of make the boring practices the fun practices because once you're like on the mound, you know like, oh, I've done this before because you got to make the boring practices the good practices. The ones that
Yeah.
you won't forget.
Well, I think, Delaney, you had to learn to love practice, right? Because, we all get excited for the games, but sometimes practice is just
Don't
it's
feel
just
like
we do
it.
the same things all over again. But to be a successful athlete, Delaney, tell us like you got to learn to love practice.
Yes, you do have to learn to love practice, but you also have to learn to love the work outside of practice because the work that you get in practice isn't always what you like. Obviously, practice is very important and you're going to learn a lot of things, but there's some things in practice that you won't get everything that you need. So going out and getting those extra reps that you need at the things that you need to work on is a very big deal. Like even when you get to the college level and you're practicing all the time and you're constantly at the field and all of those things, but going out and doing your own work and putting in the work in the cages on the field, like doing just reps and stuff like that, like that's a major part of being successful and getting to the goals that you have set for yourself. So you can't set these goals and then not love the process to getting to those goals.
So true.
You got to love the process. Now, did you follow? I know you said your goal is to play professional softball. Did you follow the AUSL this past season, the professional league?
I got to follow it a little bit, yeah, a little bit here and there. Mm-hmm.
So they're adding 2 more teams. at the end of this year. So we're going to have 6 pro softball teams. And, in talking to Rachel Garcia, for those out there, like the reason she continues to do it is she wants to help build softball into something similar to the MLB and where you can make a living playing softball. And hopefully it'll get there. And Delaney, you'll have the opportunity to show out, because I'm going to tell you, softball is so much more entertaining than baseball.
That is so true.
Well, all the baseball people are going to hate me for saying that, but
because
it is, yeah. I mean, baseball requires like a very interesting taste, I would say, because I love watching baseball, but it's like it depends on who you are.
Yeah. When I was growing up, like I couldn't get enough of baseball, but as I got older, baseball, I mean, it's long. It's not as exciting. Softball, like it's quick, it's exciting, and amazing athletes out there. So, and Gracie, I don't know if you know this or not. Delaney, I don't know if you know, but like the WPBL, Women's Professional Baseball League, just held their first tryouts this past weekend in DC. So next year we're going to have a Women's Professional Baseball League as well. So
baseball and softball.
Yeah, well, this is baseball. So like Lila, one of our field reporters, so she plays baseball. And Ashlyn, and like it's really growing, and I'm excited. It's an exciting time to be in women's sports. I mean, look at the WNBA. Like it's been a running joke ever since I can remember people talking about it. And things have started to shift and change. So, look, Gracie, you're going to have so many opportunities when you get older. You got to put that work in, just like Delaney is telling you. So
that's the first thing you got to do.
What's that?
That's literally the first thing you got to do. Put the work in before you actually got to.
Yeah. And there's no finish line for when that work's done either. So, all right, Delaney, we're going to do something different here that we haven't done on the show before, so this is different. All right, we asked for feedback from our audience, and they wanted us to do something a little bit different. And Delaney, I'm sure you've heard of this before, but we're going to do 2 truths and a lie. And so, Gracie, how this works is Delaney's going to tell us 3 things about her. Okay. And we have to pick the one thing that's not real.
I play this game all the time.
I do too. I love it. Now Delaney's brain's just turning right now, trying to come up with those things. So,
like the loading symbol, just.
I know. Loading. All right, Delaney, can you help us out with 2 truths and a lie?
Okay. Let's see. My dad was a professional baseball player. I love seafood. And my favorite baseball team is the Yankees.
All right, Gracie.
Okay.
What you thinking here?
Right now I'm thinking the lie is her favorite team is the Yankees.
See, I'm thinking it's the seafood.
Who doesn't like seafood?
Well, she kind of grew up in Oregon. I mean, that's right there on the coast where there's seafood. All right. What's your final answer, Gracie? I'm going to let you pick here.
My answer for
Yep, you tell her which one you think is the lie.
I'm having second thoughts about her dad coaching.
Well, she did tell us he was a coach. Now, she didn't tell us that he played in the MLB though. So, let me see. And with a last name like Keith, I couldn't tell you. Like, that's a pretty common name.
I think it's the dad one because I don't know. It's kind of hard to get to be a professional baseball player.
All right. Well, that's what we're going with, Delaney. Dad was a MLB player.
My dad was a professional baseball player. He played for Oakland for a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome. What year, do you know the years?
I think it was from like 97 to 03, I think, because he stopped right before I was born, I think.
Wow. So he probably played with Eric Burns. I grew up a huge A's fan. So I was a big Jose Canseco, Mark McGwire guy. So that was probably a little bit before your dad's time. But
wow.
All right. So which one was the lie?
Why?
I definitely do not like seafood.
I knew it.
Wow. Like, I love seafood. If you just give me a thing of raw salmon, I'll eat it. I swear.
Oh.
That's good for you. On you.
Now, I like seafood, but I just can't eat it. Like
it's mostly sushi. I said that wrong.
Sushi.
I said sushi.
I like some sushi, but I like the basic stuff, like California rolls. Like when it gets too,
my dad likes those.
Yeah, when it gets too crazy, I can't eat no. I like shrimp, but that's like when people are eating oysters and stuff, and it looks like a big old booger on a shell. I just can't do that. Can't do it. All right,
my dad likes shrimp.
Oh, we're 0 for 1 now. So Delaney, you were our guinea pig on 2 truths and a lie, and you were very successful. So the key, Gracie, is you got to keep a composed face because you can't give any hints away about what the lie is. And she did a very good job at that. So because I was watching her face, she didn't give any secrets away. Yep, she was very stone cold. So
her
Delaney,
smile just like faded off like just crazy.
Well, look, I'm so glad you stopped in to join us, and we're not going to keep you here long because I know you got plans tonight. And so we're going to wrap up the show, Gracie. We got one more question to ask her that we ask every single guest. Gracie, do you know what question that is? Don't say it.
I kind of forgot, so I think I'm gonna. You did because I kind of forgot a little bit.
Okay, all right. Delaney, this is usually the hardest question that we ask, but I think Gracie's already.
This is the top question. This is like the question that like the side podcast can never forget.
That's right. This is the essential question. All right, Delaney, you ready?
I am.
All right. You are walking up to bat. It is the top of the first inning. You got a runner on second and third. What's going to be your walk-up song?
Told you it was hard.
It's my walk-up song.
It's so simple yet so hard.
I'm torn between my one from last year and freshman year. I'm going to go with the one from last year, which was Play Something Country by Brooks and Dunn.
Oh. Gracie, you listen to country music?
I do, all the time.
Awesome. Well,
I'm a country girl, but I also like hip-hop.
we have to. I mean, today, country kind of like converges into hip-hop sometimes. So, but Brooks and Dunn, you can't go wrong with Brooks and Dunn. I mean, that's just good old school country right there.
I like Morgan Wallen.
I think everybody in the country likes Morgan Wallen. So. But he's not like Brooks and Dunn country, though. Like he's a little flavor and a little hip hop into it. I love Morgan Wallen, but man, good old country music. Just can't go wrong with that. So awesome. Well, look, thank you everyone for listening. Make sure you go follow Coastal Carolina. Go follow their, you may already follow their baseball team because they were in the World Series, but go follow these young ladies playing softball. Amazing entertainment, yet amazing softball players too. So Delaney, how can we follow along with your journey on social media?
You can follow me on Instagram. I'm D softball, as you know, cliche as you can get. But you can also follow our team on our social media page on Twitter, Instagram. That's just coastal_softball. So that's probably the best way to keep up with all of our games and updates and stuff like that. So
Very cool. Now, how do you pronounce your mascot?
a Chanticleer.
A Chanticleer. See,
Chanticleer.
you guys had to pick a mascot that people were like, how do you say this? Like, so it's pretty confusing, but it's okay. It wasn't your decision. It's okay. So anyway, thank you guys so much for following along with our show, listening to these amazing athletes, getting a chance to get a glimpse inside their world. And make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere where you can subscribe or follow us. So thank you guys so much. And Gracie, close us out.
All right, Delaney. Until next time.
We'll catch you on the slide.